Hello, 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 hello. I am back today playing some more Pokemon Crystal, continuing our shiny badge quest, continuing the hunt for the shiny Heracross. We had between a lot of trees today. We're currently sitting at 3,000 encounters. So we're heading towards halfway through odds. We won't make it today. We will be doing about 500 encounters again, as usual. Unless, of course, we do get the shiny. It could happen. So, yeah, it's been a little while since we actually streamed Pokemon, because I've been away. So, looking forward to jumping back into this, and you never know. Maybe we'll get the shiny. But other than that, I think we are ready to go. So, let's switch screens. Cool, camera is working today. It seems to be the green screen that it doesn't like. I don't quite understand why. Okay, cool. There we go. Also, the Shiny Dex website has updated, so my timer is now red. Has a red background. Hi Z, how are you doing today? Okay. I think everything is ready for us to go. So, without further ado, let us begin. Good start. There we go. Hey, encounter number 1 for today. It's a Spearow. It's not shiny. Good. How am I making a holiday go? It was good, thanks. Nice and sunny by the sea. So yeah, it was good. It was a good holiday. But I'm also glad to be back. I do miss streaming when I take a break from streaming. I do miss it. So it's nice to come back and do some streaming again. I just realised my timer changes colour depending on whether it's going or not. Because it was red before because it was paused, now it's green because it's not paused. I don't mind that, you know? Do not mind that. Have we only seen Spearow so far? I think we've only seen Spearow. Where's everyone else? Okay. There was no Pokemon there at all that time. Oh, there's a Heracross, but it's not shiny. Hi Dennis. I'm doing good, thanks. How are you doing today? How's streaming going? It's going well. I did have a week off, so this is only stream number 2 for just over a week. Because I was away. But it's always nice to come back and stream. Doing good. Just downloaded Twitch again. I'm the first person you found. Awesome. Stream. Same difference. I understood what you meant. Well, welcome. Hello. You managed to keep your streak going then? I see. 30 a day or a 30 stream streak. Impressive. Playing some old games? Yeah, I am playing very old game. Playing Pokemon Crystal, so it's from 99, 2000, something like that. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Kind of reminds you of Super Mario. I mean, it's a Nintendo game. You had to watch a VOD yesterday to save it. Fair enough. I've got their football on, but it's half time, and they're showing a trailer for Spider-Man, and I don't watch trailers, so I'm having to cover my phone so I can't see it. Okay, there we go. I don't know whether they were showing the trailer for the new Spider-Man, or if they were showing a trailer for an old Spider-Man, but I didn't want to risk it. I just saw Spider-Man. Which is ironic, because that's what we were playing. Or we were until yesterday. You miss gaming? You need a PC? You'd stream too? It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, streaming is fun. You don't need a PC. Well, and to be fair, you kind of makes it a lot easier to stream anyway. And it depends if you have a console already. Thank you. I'm hoping my pacing is still where it was before. I think it probably is. I can't see why we would have slowed down at all. But it has been a couple of weeks since we did this. Where are the Pokemon? Seriously? Normally when I say that, a Pokemon appears. Hi, Triggery. I think you did the emote wrong. How are you doing today? Either that or it's just broken and it's not working. I can't remember what made the emotes. I don't know why that's not working. Is that even... Ah, it's because it's crazy C5 high. tested out the Masterful gloves the other day. So far, no fading or anything. It's really that's cool. That's good as well. That it's doesn't seem to be fading. Good quality then. Am I looking forward to the game tomorrow? Kinda? Haaland scares me though. We're getting towards the end of the tournament though. There's only 7 teams left. Well, yeah, I mean, Australia aren't really known for their football. Or at least our type of football anyway. But yeah, my sweepstake team are out as well. Or all of my sweepstake teams, I should say. My last one was yesterday, Morocco. Unfortunately lost to France. Okay. 3,100. Come on. Where are the Pokemon? There we go. Hi Sab. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Good. You just repaired your Game Boy Micro? Hey, excellent. You have a little keychain attachment to it so you can clip it to stuff. That's cool. And you got leaf green in it. Nice. Your team is a wacky, yeah, cool one. What's in your team? A Venusaur, Aerodactyl, Politoed, Porygon, Pinsir, and Magneton. How have you got a Politoed? Are you in postgame? Also, that is quite a strange team. You are in postgame. Gotcha. I was going to say, you can't actually get Gen 2 Pokemon until postgame. Postgame, and I think you need 60, I think it's 60 Pokemon registered in the regional decks before Oak will give you the national decks. I think that's right. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I actually, it's not been that long. I was going to say it's been a while, but it hasn't been because I played Fire Red on the Switch when it came out. You completed your Kanto decks. Nice. People hate on the Game Boy Micro a bit much, to be honest. Never used one. screen isn't as bad as, to be honest. Fair enough. Yeah, I've never used one, to be honest. So I don't really have any way of commenting because I'm not going to have an opinion on something that I've never used. That just doesn't seem right. Fair enough. It's very bright. Nice. Because it's scaled down, it looks a lot sharper. That's cool. Obviously, I've scaled, I've expanded the Pokemon Crystal here. It's well, unless you're watching on a phone, I guess. If you're watching on a phone, then the game is probably smaller than a Game Boy Color. But I'm currently playing on it on a screen that is much bigger than a Game Boy Color. Has a headphone slot. That's good. Unlike the SP. Does the SP not have a headphone slot? Oh yeah, it doesn't. Oh, it's very dusty. I have not touched that in a while. No, I don't actually remember the fact that the SPs didn't have a headphone slot. Because even the Game Boy Color had a headphone slot. It's very strange that the SP didn't. Weird. No, you're correct. I've got an SP here. It doesn't have a headphone slot. Use one of his ports. Gotcha. As in on the back. Which means then you would be able to, like, trade. It was to conserve room. Right. Because a tiny little hole and a little bit of wiring inside is gonna use up so much room. Nintendo will be Nintendo, though. True. You've been shiny hunting and you leave green copy? This week you got 3 shinies? Wow, nice. What have you got? You've only played it like 10 to 30 minutes a day. How have you managed to get 3 shinies? Do you have like an early frame? Sandshrew, one of your favorites. That's cool. I quite like the shiny Sandshrew. That's a tongue twister. Shiny Sandshrew. Tentacle. That's a nice one. Oh, that makes more sense. Right. Your second favorite Pokemon line? Magnet. Cool. So is the Magneton on your team the shiny? Nice. That's cool. I do like having shiny Pokemon on teams, which is why I like doing shiny badge quests, because it's fun to do to play through a game with shinies. For the Elite Four, your team was Venusaur, Aerodactyl, Porygon, Slowbro, Marowak, and Hitmonlee. Cool. Some different Pokemon in there that not many people tend to use. It's okay, no worries. You did use Cloyster before switching to Slowbro? That's pretty cool though. That's one of the reasons why I like doing randomized Nuzlocke, is because it makes me use Pokemon that I wouldn't normally use. Not that I've done a randomized Nuzlocke in a while. We're gonna gamble. We're not gonna gamble anymore for Pinsir after getting Porygon, and you hate the Safari Zone. Yeah, fair enough. And you couldn't get Politoed before post game. Yeah, makes sense. Favorite Nuzlocke are Trashlocks? Yeah, fair enough. I don't mind Trashlocks. I probably would never do one myself. Yeah. Because I do like using overpowered Pokemon. Which is why I like randomized Nuzlocke, because then you can get anything. It could be absolutely anything that you find. It's kind of cool. Made you realize how Ariados is actually a solid Pokemon for Crystal? He's one of your favorites now? Cool. You can do some pretty decent setups. Gotcha. Lydian is still horrid. No, wait, no. Lydian can learn the punch moves though. Right? Lydian has some utility. Only... oh, really? Yeah, only gets Thunder Punch in Gen 2? Yes. Yeah, but when you're doing a playthrough, it's not the end of the world. Well, it would use its special for the punch moves, which sounds weird to say. But they're all special moves in Gen 2. But if it can only learn Thunder Punch, then it's not as good as I thought. Fair enough. Fair. Hey, 3,200. Got the other two later on. Fair. It's too hot. It is too hot in here. Tons Pass early game can be amazing with Rage. I've heard about that in Teddy, yes. I always forget you can get Teddiursa early. Has 80 attack for such a cute teddy bear. I like Teddiursa. It's one of my emotes on Twitch. Yeah. Come on, Pokemon. Fall out this tree. Thank you. Xatu's has to be hands down one of Gen 2's least used mons that are somewhat known and decent. That's because most people don't know where to get Natu. Because it's kind of obscure. You can learn Psychic just before the Elite Four through level up. That's good. When you go to a retro game store near you tomorrow, you're mainly looking for a copy of Emerald. Ooh, nice. Emerald's a good game. I like Emerald. I never had it growing up, but I have it now. Because technically, actually, that's the same for Crystal. I never had that growing up either, but I have it now. Because I made sure to get at least one copy of every single mainline Pokemon game. You already beat Sapphire? Nice. Sapphire is the one I did that I had as a kid. My brother had Ruby. I had Sapphire. Now I have both because he doesn't play Pokemon. You had Silver and Crystal? I had Silver. My brother had Gold. I always had the ones that you kind of... Actually, I was going to say, I always had the ones that you kind of associate with Blue. My brother had the ones that you kind of associate with Red. However, that's not quite accurate. Because for Diamond and Pearl, I had Pearl, he had Diamond. Emerald and Pearl are the only two you're missing. Fair enough. Yeah, because growing up, I had Silver, he had Gold. We didn't have Gen 1. Well, we didn't have Gen 1 to begin with. Then we got Gen 1. But we didn't really split that one. Then for Gen 3, I had Sapphire, he had Ruby. And then Gen 4, I had Pearl, he had Diamond. And then he stopped playing. So I got Black and White myself. And Black and White 2, and then every other game after that I got both. Got all the blue ones. Nice. And you both got the third game. We never had any of the third game. Actually, no. By the point, we didn't have any of the like older third games. We had Pokemon Yellow because when we got the Gen 1 games, we got all 3 Gen 1 games. But we never had Crystal, we never had Emerald. And then by the time Platinum came out, that was when I was the only one really playing, so I just got Platinum. And I know I definitely had Platinum because I have the Platinum guidebook up on my shelf back there. The leaf green copy you owned, you've had forever. And yeah, and then for the remake stuff, I had leaf green, he had fire red, and I had soul silver, he had heart gold. But I have them all. They're all mine now. The first game was Silver. The uncle gave you all 3 of his Gen 1 copies during the Gen 5 era. Nice. Yeah, see, Silver was my first game as well. But I lost my Game Boy Color with Silver in it. Could not find it. Had no idea where we put it. So my parents went on to eBay and bought a Game Boy Color that came with all the Gen 1 games and Gold and Silver. Then we found my Game Boy Color with Silver in it, which is actually this Game Boy. This is the Game Boy I lost and refound. It doesn't have a back or batteries, but it is my original Game Boy Color. You've kept them in case. Yeah, I have all my Pokemon games. They're down there in my drawer next to me. Yeah, the one that you could see through. It's cool, I like it. Never use it anymore, because why would I? Catch up the Pokemon Center one with the Jojo starters. See, I live in the UK, we didn't have any of those things, we don't have a Pokemon Center. My brother had a Pikachu and Pichu Game Boy Color. I don't know what happened to that though, because I don't have it, and can't see him having it anymore. So I have no clue what happened to that. You got his gift. Yes. He travelled everywhere. Did he work for Nintendo? Is it one of those uncles? He also liked Pokemon. That's fair. He did work for Sega for a few years. Fair enough. I don't think anyone's ever going to believe you when you say that. Too many people make up stories about uncles and working for games companies. You got Sonic 2 and Sonic R the day they released. Nice. I never really... Oh, I never really played Sonic games. Yeah, let's take us out. Yeah, I never really played Sonic. The only... Here's the best of it. Nice. The only Sonic game I really played very much of, and when I say very much of, I played this game a lot, but it's the only Sonic game I played, and it's Sonic Heroes. Love Sonic Heroes. Dad was a Nintendo guy and your mom was a Sega person. Gotcha. My parents didn't play games. Well, my dad played a little bit, but he only really played stuff that we already had, kind of thing. But we had a PS2 growing up. You lost your GameCube disc for it, sadly. That's a shame. To be fair, I never actually owned it. I borrowed it from a friend for quite a while, but eventually, obviously, gave it back because I'm not one of those people that borrows a game and keeps it. So I don't actually have it now, unfortunately, even though I do have a lot of old games and old consoles. I unfortunately don't have, or I didn't have, we sold our GameCube years and years ago when we were saving up for an Xbox 360. But I do have a GameCube now because I bought a new one. Well, bought a second-hand one. So I do have it again now. Yeah, we had a PS2 and then we went from PS2 to Xbox 360. But we did also have an original Xbox as well. And yeah, then after that, that's when I was then at uni, so I had all my own stuff. So I had an Xbox One, and then eventually I bought a PS4, and now I have a PS5. But we did also have a Wii, which I have as well, and I now have a Switch and a Switch too. So I have a lot of consoles. They're all on the shelf next to me, apart from my PS5, which is over there, and my Switch 2 is over there as well. Your parents only bought you a Game Boy Color and Sega Genesis. You worked for the rest of them doing random jobs. Nice. You do have a PS3 somewhere. See, that's one of the ones I don't have. I have a PS2 and a PS4 and a PS5, but no PS1 or PS3. Maybe someday I'll get them to complete the collection. I also have a Wii. I actually have I have a sensor bar just attached to the bottom of my TV console. Like, it's permanently attached, just in case I ever wanted to use the Wii. I haven't in a long time. But it's there, just in case. My Wii is right there. I can see it. I have a display with all my consoles on. Well, like I said, nearly all the consoles. The ones I use are not on display. So my Switch 2 and my PS5 are not on display. And technically my Xbox One is not on display either, but that's because I was using it the other day, and so is my brother. So, but that normally is on display. You have a day one Switch, the Switch Lite, and a Switch 2. To be fair, I have all of those as well. But I have a day one Switch. I think it's day one Switch. Pretty sure. I have a Switch Lite, which is the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl one, the one that's got Dialgram Palkia on it, and then a Switch 2, which isn't day one, but is like one of the first ones. I didn't buy it straight away. I didn't have the money for it straight away, but I got it. It was only a couple of months afterwards. You got the Cyan Switch Lite? Nice. I also have it set up so that if I ever wanted to stream from any of my consoles, I could easily do that. I just plug them in down. I have a plug that's just here. Just plug them in and then they're ready to stream. Because we did actually stream from the PS2 a couple years ago. Which is cool. Having the Sword and Shield Switch Lite. Pretty solid. Fair enough. You have an N64 and a Sega Saturn hooked up to one monitor, and your GameCube and Switch hooked up to the other. Cool. Mine are all hooked up to my computer, or could be hooked up to my computer through an Elgato. To be fair, I only play my PC, PS5 or Switch 2. Which is why they're the ones that are properly set up. But I have a spare wire that just needs plugging in to whichever console I want to add to the setup. And then that console can be added. It is easily added. I did at one point. This was when I was going crazy with the wiring and stuff. I at one point did have every single one of my consoles plugged in, ready to go. I was like, eventually I was like, why am I doing this? When am I ever gonna need to do this? But I had I was able to do it, which is kind of cool. You just play your Game Boy Micro. You only use your Game Boy Micro and new 2DS XL nowadays. You have the dark blue new 2DS XL. Cool. Yeah, such a nice screen. See, I used to stream from my 3DS. However, the capture card connection in both of my 3DSs that have capture cards broke, so can't do that anymore, unfortunately. You also reshelled your Game Boy Micro to a dark blue. Cool. It has 2 faceplates. Nice. A Kyogre one and a Lugia. That's cool. Capture card works. The capture card, well, one of the capture cards kind of works, but not consistently enough. It'll like lose connection, which is why I'm not streaming from it. I'm using an emulator, unfortunately. I'd like to be able to stream from the virtual console, but I can't. And then the other one, I pulled the cable out and it pulled the connector out with the cable. So, they're a little bit broken at the moment. Eventually I'll get them fixed, but hopefully, maybe, at some point. But for right now, we're just going to use an emulator. You do also use your analog pocket, but really at home only. Fair enough. And usually connected to your monitor. Fair enough. I know you play as Crystal and Blue. Fair enough. You were going to get Chromatic, but you decided to save it for something else. Fair enough. You got a pretty rare and expensive arcade machine off eBay? Wow, fair enough. I wouldn't have anywhere to put an arcade machine. Not enough space in my house. It was one of the Sonic the Fighters arcade machines. Afraid I'm not very well versed on arcade machines, to be honest. Never used to really go to arcades, and still don't really, so don't really know any of the games. It's in your man cave, the garage where you only do welding in game. Fair enough. Man stuff. Oops. Shiny Heracross is kind of sad in Gen 2. It is, unfortunately. It's the one I want as well. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw a shiny Sprite for Gen 2. I was like, what? That's not what I want. Where's my bright pink Heracross gone? Should be the same colors as Aipom. Your most insane accidental shiny is a shiny Staryu. That's a cool shiny. I don't have many accidental shinies, to be honest. Pretty much all of the shinies I found are from hunts. You were just trying to get to Seafoam Islands? That's cool. It's surprising that I don't have that many random non-hunted shinies with the amount of Pokemon I've played. A Suicune in silver? Wow, that's cool. It took forever, I bet. Roaming Pokemon. Horrible. You have to reset before you even, like, set them loose, don't you? Okay, 3,300. Is that right? Or is it just you have to see, like, once you've seen it? I can't remember now how it works. I'm not planning on doing the roaming Pokemon. I am going to do Suicune, but in this game it is a static. I'm not doing Raikou or Entei though. Yeah, only for Suicune. The other two are still roamers. Yeah, Suicune is going to be our shiny that we get just before the Pokemon League. I've planned out the first half of the game. I have not planned out the second half of the game. Apart from a couple. But I don't know. One of them I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, like before which gym. And then the other one is going to be the last shiny. So we're going to have Suicune to take us into the Pokemon League, and then we're going to have Celebi to take us to Red. But between those, lots of shiny stuff. Just hopefully we don't have any more year-long shiny hunts anymore. Hopefully we're past that. Our starter Cyndaquil took me over a year to get. You've heard this music before? It's the Game Corner music from the Johto Game Corner. All the music you hear will be Pokemon music. Specifically Glitch City Pokemon music. This is a good one too. I do like the Game Corner music. In fact, actually, the playlist that I've got for while we're doing the Shiny Badge Quest is literally just Johto and Kanto music. The PTSD trying to get Wobbuffet returning. But don't worry, the music's about to end. We'll have something else in a sec. Whenever you streamed, you just played Sonic music since Sega makes most of them copyright free, except for one song. Fair enough. I just use Glitch City music for when I'm playing Pokemon, just because she makes good music, good remixes, and I only use music when I'm playing Pokemon. If I'm playing a non-Pokemon game, then I'll just use the in-game audio. Unless it's obviously got copyrighted music, then I will mute that. The Sonic era is opening. Out of all the songs, why one of the best? That's probably why, because people like it, so they can make money off other people using it. We're now at the point where 1 in 3 people will have got a shiny. I am not one of those 1 in 3. Excuse me. Your Venusaur is level 96. Wow. Fair enough. It's quite a high level. Excuse me. Pokemon. Where's the Pokemon? There we go. The reason the Game Boy Micro is special for you is how you got yours. Fair enough. It was a giveaway of 3 micros and you got one. That's cool. You're very lucky. You fell back to sleep. That's fine, no worries, Z. It is early for you. Or was early. Still got a bit to go anyway for today. Just over 100 more encounters to go. I am getting tired as well though, because I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Because the past couple of days we've started work early because of the heat. So I had to go to the office for 6:30. Also, I forgot to say, we hit 3,400 last encounter. Surprised you haven't Mr. Shiny yet, since half the time you spent end up falling asleep. Well, we are still quite far under odds, to be fair. We definitely got lucky with the two Rattatas. Those Rattatas made it feel like we should be getting shinies quicker than we should have been. Just because they were both quite fast. Lucky as in shiny luck. Unlucky that they were both Rattata. Especially the first one. Being as there's only a 15% chance of being a Rattata the first one. It's annoying that one was Rattata. I'm a little bit tired, yes. It is 11:17 right now. And I've been up since 5 o'clock. I've been up for quite a while. And it's hot. That does not help. You got some friends coming over later? Nice. You're gonna play some Super Smash Bros. 64. Awesome. And Star Fox 64. Cool. That's the one that they just... there's a remake of, right? I never played Star Fox. For obvious reasons that I never had a N64. It is. Nice. I know Star Fox. I know of Star Fox being the dual barrel thing. Which apparently technically isn't, like, the move that you actually, like, do when it says do a barrel isn't technically a barrel roll. Come on, where are the Pokemon? Here we go. You finally hit 50k points. Nice. Does that mean you're going to be requesting a game soon? National Park has the best music. It is nice. It's your favorite Gen 2 area. Cool. Oops, I didn't mean to click that button. Come on, Pokemon. Fall out of the tree already. Thank you. Pokemon being stubborn now. They don't want to fall out of the tree. Made it back with audio in time. Nice. Hey, last few encounters. Last few for today. Let's go. Go. Shiny on the last? Maybe? I mean, it's happened to me in the past. I have had a last encounter shiny before. Type null. Exactly 500. I think it was 500. It's definitely the last encounter of the stream. That was a reclaim as well, because I failed it the first time. Reset over it. Hey, penultimate encounter. 3,499. Oops. Hey, final one for today. It's not shiny. It was a Heracross though. 3,500. Alright. Well, there we go. No shiny today, unfortunately. Another 500 encounters done. And there we go. So, we won't have this again now till next weekend. Next Friday. That'll be at 9 PM UK time. We jump back into this and continue the hunt. But between now and then, though, there is no stream tomorrow because England are playing football. That's why the next stream for this is on Friday. Yes, exactly. So yeah, no stream tomorrow because of the England game. So the next stream will be on Monday at 8 PM UK time, where we're going to be jumping into Little Nightmares 3 to do the DLC for that game. It should only take us one stream to do that. So we should start and finish that on Monday, and then we'll be playing Stray on Tuesday. Norway. We don't want Norway to win. We want England to win. But yeah, so I'll be back on Monday at 8 PM UK time to jump into Little Nightmares 3. So it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you for being here, and I shall see you all in another stream. So thank you again, and goodbye.